What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft and how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, there continue to be reports on how few Chinese freights are showing up at U.S. ports. And it's happening at ports all around the country. So I'm just going to give you an update on this. I'm going to show you a video and I'll be right back with the rest of my commentary.
The tariff slowdown has begun. Bookings of container shipments from China to the U.S. are down nearly 50% compared to a year ago, according to shipment tracker Vizion. In tonight's In-Depth, CBS's Carter Evans goes to the country's busiest port to see the economic impact at the loading dock and on small business shelves.
Still buzzing with activity for now, the busiest port in the Western Hemisphere is bracing for a dramatic slowdown, according to Gene Soroka, Executive Director of the Port of L.A.
What do you anticipate happening over the next couple of weeks?
In 2 weeks' time, Carter, we'll see a drop on our import side of the business by about a third. It could be as much as 40% the week to follow. Most American importers are saying that they're stopping shipments out of China because they simply weren't going to pay 2.5 times the cost of the goods.
With a 145% tariff, a container of Chinese goods worth $100,000 would now cost importers an extra $145,000.
With information coming out of Washington seemingly by the hour, it's tough to get a line of sight on what's next. So it's stop, pause, and wait.
So what is that going to do to the supply chain?
From the retail perspective, inventory on hand right now in the United States will last for about 6 to 8 weeks. After that, shelves will be bare. We won't be able to buy as much online.
All of these games come from China.
At the Game Chest, owner Mariam Ahamami has been stockpiling toys and games that arrived before the tariffs.
So I'm buying what I think I'll sell between now and September.
You sound like a hoarder.
I feel like a hoarder. If you've seen my stores, you would see the hoarding in the back rooms.
To pay for it, she maxed out credit cards and loans for $500,000 in goods that will hopefully keep her in business through the summer.
I have 50 employees.
50?
And they depend on me for their paycheck.
And that's in jeopardy now?
It is in jeopardy.
80% of her merchandise comes from China, and board games are her biggest sellers.
I do imagine that our viewer is going to look and go, seems like you should be able to make a board game in the U.S.
It's true. It does look easy, but it's filled with lots and lots of different parts and pieces. And there's just not enough manufacturing here to be able to do that successfully.
U.S. retailers usually need to place orders by June to have merchandise in time for the holiday shopping season. But at this point, even if the tariffs are reduced significantly,
It'll still take about 10 days to 2 weeks to get these ships back in line over in China. Then it's a 2-week trip here to L.A. So we're starting to cut it pretty close with respect to inventory in the U.S.
So we might see some empty shelves even if the tariffs are brought down in the next couple of weeks.
We're running out of time on that. And if we have fewer items to select from, that's going to put a pinch on the American buyer.
for now, goods and economic certainty are in short supply. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
So, ladies and gentlemen, they're still talking about the empty shelves are coming. And Donald Trump, I think a week ago, said he may ease up on the tariffs. China said they don't care what Donald Trump does. They're not easing up on nothing. They're going to continue on with what they're doing. And that's sending less and less freights over here by ship to the US. So they don't care. They said they don't care what Donald Trump does. So, as a result of this happening, they are noticing that they're starting to see the layoffs. People are already being told they're being laid off. So this is going to have a horrible effect on everything. You got to think about so many people that deal with this merchandise that comes into the US. And week over week, they are saying they have a tracking system for these ships. So they know how many are coming in ahead. And just from looking at the tracking system, they said they see all this activity that used to be there is no longer there. So data is actually coming out on a regular basis. And not only that, these vessels are all scheduled ahead of time. So they also know what's coming here, what merchandise is on the ship, and so on and so forth. So, so for example, they said if they have 22 vessels for the week, then they know how many containers are coming. But the fallout from Donald Trump's tariffs, from the ocean freight, has slowed down, and it's beginning to hit ground transportation, which means your trucking. Your trucks go in there and they haul those shipping containers to get them to whatever destination they need to go to. Now, let me tell you something. You know what Donald Trump is doing? He is already trying to blame his tariff war on Joe Biden. He is literally, in fact, I saw a video of him doing this today. He is saying the freight slowed down and all of the merchandise coming from China slowing down is Joe Biden's fault. You can thank your previous no. As much as I dislike Joe Biden, he didn't start this trade war. This lands square on Donald Trump's shoulder. And he is already trying to get out of the responsibility for what he has done. And how do you blame Joe Biden and you started your trade war after he was out of office? But, I'm not shocked that Donald Trump don't want to take responsibility, and he's lying to people. I was watching, he did a rally a few days ago. I believe he went to Michigan. Do you know he was telling the audience groceries are down, which groceries are not down. Gas is down. Nope, that's not down. And he was trying to act like the economy is doing great. This is what he told the rally. And you know what they did? They cheered. They cheered. Unbelievable. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.